Alright, this video is for setting up your graph in Experiment 9. In this video we'll be using Microsoft Excel 2010, but I believe the differences are minimal between this and 2007 for what we need it for. Alright, first you'll have your data set up like this, where in column A and B you'll have your X1 and Y1. Column C and D you'll have X2 and Y2, with all of row 1 being your X1, Y1, X2, Y2. E and F will be X3 and Y3, and then G and H will be X4 and Y4. Your actual data will actually start at row 2 on your respective columns. These are just to help you keep track of all your data. When we go to graph it, and remember that your X value for your first and second lines, your X value for your first line will be from column 5, and then your X value in your second line for X2 will be from column 7. But your Y will always be your wave number from column 3. So what we'll do first is we'll select this, go up to Insert, click on Scatter, and then click on the first box, which will give you a scatter graph like so. We'll then click the Move Chart and move it to a new sheet. You can name it whatever you want. See here, we got our sheet. We'll then right click on it and click Select Data. We'll then click Add, and the series name for our second line can just be Series 2. We'll go back to our sheet 1 and we'll select our X values under X2 to put in Select X values for our series. We'll then highlight your Select Y values and delete it, and then select the values under Y2. Select OK. Now you can see here we have both of our series from the table that we had in our lab manual. You'll right click on your series 1 data points and click Add Trend Line, and make sure that you have Display Equation on Chart checked. Close that so we have a trend line for series 1. Right click series 2, add trend line, do the same thing. Alright, now we have both of our series. Now we'll go about adding our NI equals 456 and NI equals 567. You don't necessarily have to put your NI equals 345, considering that's our series 2 trend line. So as you can see, the data would be the same. So right click, do Select Data, Add, go to Sheet 1. For our series title for this one, we'll just put N equals 456. Our X values will be the values under X3. Delete our Y values, and then select the Y values under Y3, and we'll chart it. And now we'll add another one and name this one N equals 567. Go back over to sheet 1. Our X values will be under X4. Our Y values will be under Y4. Pretty simple. Click OK. Yep. Good to go. You can move these around just to get them out of the way. We'll add trend lines to both of these by Add Trend Line. display equation on chart. Like I said, we'll have to move. Once you get everything on here, you can move it around, resize it. Did not want to do that. Because you have to fix your axes anyway. So, now we have a basic gist of our chart. Our respective, trend lines and graphs. You can also change the font, make this smaller, move it up there. Alright, now we'll want to work on our titles. Pretty easy. We'll just go to layout, chart title, you can just do above chart. Just, experiment 9. A lot of the instructor will tell you specific details on what the chart title should be and everything. Then go to our axis titles. For horizontal, we'll do title below axis, and this will be our 1 over ni squared. Just put 1 over ni squared. And then for our vertical, rotated. I guess whatever really floats your boat, but I prefer rotated. This is our wave number. And now when you look at our chart, you can see that our y-axis values, we got a pretty big gap here. You can change this to where it starts at 15,000 and goes up to 25,000. You don't need to change your x values at all. You can change it to how you see fit. Now you want to look at your slopes and see which one is closer to the accepted RH value, which in this case would be our series 2. Remember that your negative slope right here will be your positive RH value. So your RH value for this line would of course be positive 97,753. And this is where you will get all your data from to complete your post lab. Also remember that your graph needs to be attached to your post lab in order for you to get full credit. And that's pretty much all you need to know on creating your graph for experiment 9.